for coming to be part of this wonderful experience. We had the chance, some of us, to do that last year, and I must say that was just a beautiful experience. So thank you for coming here, and of course Randy, founding board member of One in Spirit Healing Arts Society.
But right now, let's just open in a good way. Okay, so tliko ukhamach wiki kasi sasha ata ukam ata umiksu Martha Fred ukamata no iksu Martin Fred. Thank you. My name is Randy Fred. I'm Sashat. My mother was Martha Fred. My father was Martin Fred. And welcome to Morel Sanctuary, and I must acknowledge that we are in the territory of the Snanemo, and I gratefully acknowledge that and thank them for allowing us to benefit and learn from their language, history, and culture. Kabahu ahe ya ya yi ase ya ya yi ya ne ya 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 wa ya yi ya ne ya ya. Use the forest to harvest materials for healing and for food. Hishukis Tawa means everything is one. And you know, my wife's late grandfather lived in Hot Springs Cove, a place called Openet, and way out on the west coast. And every morning he would go out and he would hug a cedar tree, and then he would pray. Now, why did he do that? Right? Like, he knew something. He knew that he was gaining something from that tree. Like, was it power? Was it well-being? Whatever it was, he knew it was good for him. When I was 5, my family lived in Paradise on the west coast, 3 miles outside of Banfield, and we lived on an island all by ourselves. And my older brothers and sisters were at the residential school. I had no concept of it. I had a younger brother and sister who couldn't play outside with me. So I always played outside by myself with a little dog. But if I was hungry, I just go to the end of the beach, little neck clams. It tasted like sugar, it tasted like candy. Eating it raw, and that's how, you know, I'd have a snack. There was such an abundance of food. My mother would just jump in a canoe, go out to the kelp bed. There was red snappers there, there was cod, the big rock there was all kinds of shellfish. So I spent 9 years in the Alberni Indian Residential School. The important virtue that I learned was forgiveness. Forgiveness is so important. If we can't forgive, we get stuck. And I was stuck. I was an alcoholic, a drug addict. And I became unstuck when I learned to forgive. And so it made me a much happier person. Where are my keys?
Oh.
If you wanted to understand.
Sharing.
Yes, I want to get to home permanently so I can walk with an elbow.
How are you enjoying this?
Yes, I really enjoy
everything in Nanaimo. I like Nanaimo. They are really beautiful harbor city and many forests and sea coast. I like that. And more Canadians very friendly. I'd like to know some information about Canada, some cultures, and some about First Nationals. Everything I'd like to know.
Okay, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go around the circle and each one introduce yourself.
My name is Maggie. That's my name that I use here in Canada, but my real name is Magdalena Małgorzata Hołub, but I think everybody prefers Maggie. I'm from Poland. I have a family in Poland and Ukraine. I have lived in many different countries in my life, different places, and I always felt kind of like anxious, like I didn't belong there. I don't know like how to call that. Like a bird that wants to like fly away from like the cage. And when I came here, I finally like felt like I can breathe and I feel like home, like grounded. I don't know what that is, how to do that, but
You feel at home.
yeah.
My name is James Patrick. I'm originally from northern BC. I'll just tell the story really quickly if I could.
Yeah.
2005, my place burned down. I lost everything. 2007, my mom died, and she left me her house on the reservation. But I left because my family moved in and said, no, you can't stay here. So I left. In 2008, I went to China and met Sheree. And it's been the reverse of my first half of my life. The first half was full of poverty and survival. Now I found Sheree and we come together in China, and I married her in China. And from then on was the other half of my life, which is up to now, which has been like the opposite of what happened. We live in abundance here in Nanaimo.
My name is Yan, and I came here in 2016. For the past 5 years, I worked very hard, and then at the end of last year, I finally got my permanent residence approved. So I finally got the opportunity to apply for a school and start my new program in Vancouver Island University, which is, I really appreciated this opportunity, and well, this is a new chance for me, so I have to work hard for my future. And today I came here because I'm reading a book called Keeper and Me, and the writer is Indigenous people, and I learned a lot about Indigenous cultures from that book. I still have a lot of questions about that, so I want to learn more about that.
Hello, my name is Sunny. I'm really glad to can attend this event. I'm from Beijing. There is a really big, busy and big city. First, it's a totally different lifestyle. The pandemic is really hard for everyone, but that is a really good time for me. So I can settle down in here and I can change my lifestyle. Right now I really love Canadians' lifestyle, and I'm really appreciate I can to know different culture at that time. So yeah, I think I have a good future in Canada. So I'm really glad to know everyone. Thank you.
No, I come here. I think it's higher powers plan. I come here. It's not my plan. So, and I'm so glad I married James. He's like you said. What's your name? Wendy.
Randy.
Randy. It's the First Nation. You said your grandma. so gentle. My husband is so gentle. He melted my heart. Before my heart like the frozen ice. I don't believe any people. I don't trust. Though we married almost 13 years. He melted my heart. And I'm so grateful. So now I start know First Nation. Before I'm lots criticized because I think my way is just my way is right. So my husband teacher me use his action teach me lots of things. When we married in China, I said I don't know where the sentence coming, but I said my husband maybe look like a rock, but inside is a diamonds. He's really I think his higher power sent him to me.
Wow. So my name is Bimi, and it's not my first time coming to the Morel Center, and I think my family came here quite often. But I have to say that you come here as different people, and it make you feel very different. And then it's so many stories shared, and then you have a totally different company. So really feel as Ray said, cherish the moment, and then because the moment could really leave a very different piece of your memory, and it will be there permanently. And so yeah, really always different cultures, especially appreciation of the nature, and feel like coming here going to be very peaceful, clear your mind, and then to really refuel all your goodwill and your energy. So yeah, so really appreciate and really thank you everybody here together and at this moment, so yeah.
Thank you. Everyone, my name is Jan Seth. I came to Canada in 2018. I had no idea about Indigenous people in Canada until when I came, a Canadian person told us that this and this and this happened, and only until 90s, and all of the they didn't have to say much for me to feel horrible about everything that happened. And at the same time I wanted to learn more, and at the same time I thought, okay, we came here uninvited, and we shouldn't be here. This is not our land. And I related a lot because my ancestors are indigenous to a different area in North Caucasus, and we were pushed away from our homes. Some tribes were completely wiped out. We were losing our language, the traditions. It's just generation after generation we're losing this. So when I came here and learned about the indigenous people then I thought that while I'm here, my purpose is to learn more, to teach my daughter more, and to teach others back home in Jordan, because this is where most of the family are, to teach them more about Indigenous people in Canada. And this is what I'm doing currently with every time I talk to our family back home.
I came here in 2018. I went to VIU and I got my degree in graphic design. I like arts. I enjoy playing with my small daughter Jana, pretend princesses and everything. I have interest in history and conspiracy theories.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful. And as you can see, there is no structure, right? We're just playing everything by ear. We're feeling so good right now that I want all of us to hug each other.
A group hug?
A group hug. Are you okay with that?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Share your stories for us. Thank you.
Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels so good.
This was such a beautiful, beautiful walk. I really appreciate everybody's stories, and you know, it's all about reconciliation, and reconciliation is about talking to each other face to face.
Yes.
And that's what we did, and you know, it really does create love, right? And love is so important to all of us, and it's important to our community and society in general. Thank you again.
Thank you. We'll see you everyone at the Multicultural Society.
Yes.
The feelings, like we feel joy, we feel sadness, anger, we love, we hate, we like some foods, we don't like some foods. We are the same. We are really the same, and this is beautiful. And this is what you were sharing with us. Thank you.
And I just want to add that, you know, because my parents went to Indian residential school too, they had great difficulty being loving parents, and they never used the word love, and they never hugged their kids, and it wasn't until shortly before they passed away that they were finally able to tell us, "I love you," and then hug us. And so that was really special, and to receive a hug from all of you today was so special. I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Thank you for allowing us to have this precious experience, precious exchange of kindness and love. And I think every one of us will hold this dear forever.
Yes. Yes. You brought a light and warmth to us.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Especially mentioning the forgiveness, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Yes.
So difficult sometimes, but that's the key.
And I'm sure while you were saying this, every one of us, like it hit some, like we all have like a situation where we need to forgive. And I'm sure like all of us, when you said that, it hit a spot in our life where, okay, I need to forgive that situation in my life.
Yes.
Is that that?
我们是一园之花，一园之花，我们是一树之叶，一树之叶。来吧，朋友，来吧，朋友，为了团结的目标，是你和我的生命之道。
We are drops
We are drops
of one ocean.
of one ocean.
We are waves
We are waves
of one sea.
of one sea.
Come and join us.
Come and join us.
In our quest for unity. It's a way of life for you and me. We are flowers
We are flowers
of one garden,
of one garden.
We are leaves
We are leaves
of one tree,
of one tree.
Come and join us
Come and join us.
in our quest for unity. It's a way of life for you and me. All this earth
All the earth
is one country.
of one country.
Man is one.
Man is one.
Can't you see?
Can you see?
Come and join us
Come and join us.
in our quest for unity. It's a way of life for you and me. It's a way. It's a way of life for you and me.
One country. I forgot.
I think that's all.